Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. Jacqueline. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. Jacqueline at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome, or hopefully it's welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio. Welcome to our new listeners over on TuneIn Radio. We're thrilled to have you here. I am Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, and our show today is Talking Heads. If you're wondering, what is this program about? It is a program where I invite people from around the world who meet certain qualifications to be a presenter on their own 30-minute show that I open and I close. And these people are the best in their industry, and they come and share their knowledge, their expertise, their successes, and their key learnings to help make us better individually as well as professionally. Our expert presenter today is Cathy Fulton. I just can't get enough of Cathy. I was able to meet her in person. She went out of her way to join me at a charity event for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. She and her husband got up at Dark 100 on Sunday to drive, 4 or 5 hours back and forth to come to the event. So it was a real pleasure. Cathy has 3 shows on Thursdays, so please mark your calendar so that you can be with us for Aging Gracefully with Humor, What's Trending, and Talking Heads. Let's welcome Cathy to the program. Cathy, so nice to see you again. And I'm going to go backstage and produce the show.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So today we are going to talk about landscaping around your pool. And I consider this basically the finishing touch, or one of the finishing touches for around your pool. I always say the difference is in the details, and landscaping, particularly in this area of an exterior space, it makes all the difference in the world. So let's get started. And what I'm going to show you today are just a bunch of different examples, all different styles, from traditional to modern to transitional. So you're going to see all different ideas. So hang in there with me. So this is what I refer to as lovely and low maintenance. And this is great for a low water landscaping solution, meaning that you opt for a variety of plants that can handle being planted in rocky, potentially dry settings like those in this Mediterranean style courtyard. And this is also great if you don't have using these types of plants, and this type of design is great if you don't want to go to the expense of an irrigation system, or if you don't want to be outside watering all the time. So this would be a definite option for those that just want to spend very little time watering. Now, to the opposite end of the spectrum would be designing your landscaping to reflect like a lush oasis. I love this. There's so many different plants to look at, and the creeping plants are the perfect accessory to pool areas where you want to soften the building materials and add a touch of romance to the surroundings. And let's see. You can echo the natural look of this stunning poolscape by installing a mix of tropical plants and flowering creeping ground covers such as phlox to fill in the crevices and corners of a natural boulder border. Now, if you're not familiar with phlox, phlox comes in a variety of colors. a lot of the purples and hot pinks, soft pinks, white. But the thing that I love about phlox is that it smells so good. So if you wanted to create an outdoor oasis like this, I would plant your phlox like close to the water so that if you're swimming, you can smell it. Just a tip. So I refer to this design as hedging your bets. A clip boxwood hedges and a luxurious green lawn add privacy and traditional elegance to this pool area. So, whether you choose to float in the pool or enjoy a meal on the terrace, a landscape like this makes every summer day feel like a vacation. So, this is pretty much a monotone look, but it's a great way to keep the space open and really with the focus on the pool. I am, many of you don't know, but I love to work in the yard. I'm an avid gardener. And so just the little tips and tricks that I will try to give to you along the way, such as the flocks that I just mentioned a minute ago. Because I've been doing this a long time. So if you ever need any help in the yard, feel free to call me. Now, this way of landscaping, this way of landscaping, um, I mean, they just use nature basically, because you can see where their fence line is, and so they're just using basically the trees and maybe some low lying grasses um, by the deck. But this is a great way to keep the cost down, and they have a new deck and a craftsman style pool and pool house, which gives residents and guests a place to lounge poolside and enjoy the views. The stone path surrounds the pool and allows guests ease in navigating their area. So that's just another way to landscape. Now, this is just basically a seamless swimming pool. Doesn't that look inviting? I love the watercolor there. But this 12,000 square foot contemporary home is located on 1.5 acres of land. So, to keep the lawn eco friendly, the lawn is synthetic grass. And so, a sleek swimming pool seamlessly meets the lawn and is the perfect spot to relax outdoors. So, you may be turning up your nose going, synthetic grass. Well, so here's the thing, in this landscaping design, they saved an inordinate amount of money on using the synthetic grass versus a hardscape. Hardscaping like travertine or bluestone, in order to build your pool deck, is probably going to cost you these days anywhere from $14 to $16 a square foot. And I don't think that synthetic grass is quite in that square footage price. So just a thought. And also for when the grass is cut, at least none of the grass clippings are going to get into the pool. So it's just another idea. So, how about this for a paradise lagoon? So many different things to look at, all the ferns and the banana plants. It's very, very tranquil. And so, if you want to transform your swimming pool into basically a tropical movie set, you can't do it much better than with this design, which incorporates the sort of wild vegetation you'd see and find around a Pacific Island lagoon, maybe kind of like Gilligan's Island. Or am I dating myself? If you haven't ever watched Gilligan's Island, you should look it up. It's a great show. Okay, so for a really traditional look and for just a linear look, everything has its own shelf, its own line. This backyard's pool and patio offers lots of options for hanging out. So the terrace landscaping provides greenery and giving the backyard space a lush look. And so this is a great idea if you have like weird grade issues in your backyard. You just take advantage of it and landscape it. Here's another idea how to incorporate and create like a lush tropics look. The pool's beautiful turquoise water is it's a bewitching pairing with the tropical garden's luscious green. And it's surrounded by lush greenery, and this almost seems to be more like a secret garden than anything else. So, quite the Mediterranean inspiration here. We have this narrow pool, which almost looks like a lap pool, and it stretches the length of the courtyard. And but the jewel in the middle is obviously the Mediterranean inspired space. And I love the way that they have made the boxwoods into a circle or a ball, and they don't have a gate, but they have something better than a gate. They have these thick, huge hedges. Nice. Now, here's another example of taking advantage of nature and not having to spend an inordinate amount of money on landscaping, because landscaping is expensive. And they put this infinity pool. It just seems to be sitting right at the edge of the world, right? And but what they did was they used some native grasses and wildflowers that surround this pool, and what I like about it is they made it look like it's always been here. Like we just dug the pool and all of these other things just were already there existing. So it's beautiful. So here is another very traditional pool setting. It's clean and green, right? Um, and it's all about clean lines and a flawless lawn. And so you can spend time on the quality of your lawn and the simplicity of your hardscape, like this simple layout of bluestone pavers. And you won't need an elaborate landscape design to make your pool area feel luxurious. So minimal landscaping, but more on the pavers. Now this design it's fit for a king, very majestic. And it's a stunning combination of a swimming pool and spa features with a wall fountain and its distinctive laser cut steel sculpture mounted on a 7-foot limestone and cast stone wall. The Mediterranean style landscaping makes this pool space feel like, I don't know, a luxurious resort. It's beautiful. Now, in this design, you've got blooming beauties everywhere. You've got an ivy covered wall, pavers with grass joints, and blooming flowers all around really help this outdoor space feel, I would say, at peace with the landscape. In the center, you have the sunken swimming pool, which invites the owners to slow down and soak up the beauty of their surroundings. I don't know about you, but I love grass in between the pavers. I just think it instead of having a deck completely of the hardscape, I just think it's a nice touch to have that color and the pop of color of green in there. So for all of you contemporary lovers out there, this would be a great design for you. Um, you have a very sleek swimming pool, and just a few steps away from this contemporary style pool, you have a spacious patio which doubles as an outdoor dining area. Meanwhile, they've incorporated the tropical plants, which enclose the yard and help it feel even more private. And that's one thing that you can do by the use of landscape is if you're wanting your space to be very secluded and you want to wall off yourself from your neighbors, there are many trees out there that can help you accomplish that goal. So lots of stone, lots of shrubs in this picture. It's simply stunning with the flagstone pool deck, and it's surrounded on all sides by flower beds filled with whimsical boxwood shrubs. You've got potted palms, which add lush pops of green to the deck and making the luxe swim space feel kind of tucked away in nature, if you will. Very inviting. Now, this Georgian oasis, it looks like something that should be on a commercial property at a hotel, perhaps. You have the infinity pool on the top deck, and then just your normal plunge pool in the bottom. So you have the variety there. I love it, and it's a as I've said, it's a multi-level pool design which features an array of beautifully crafted stonework. The surrounding borders enhance the private paradise ambiance with the planting of palm trees, which there are quite a few, knockout roses to add some color, gardenias. If you've never smelled a gardenia, you're missing out, and dwarf mondo grasses. So, really, quite a different combination of the landscaping, things that you don't normally see together, but it does work. Now, this design, they've also it's clearly out in the middle of nowhere. But I love the way that they incorporated the landscaping to make it look like, okay, we're just gonna dig the pool, dig the hole for the pool, and they've made all the landscaping look like it was already there. And as you can see, the twilight time brings out the rich colors of nature. And this, I mean, I think this is a stunning pool. And they've used lilies and for the border plantings along with subtle touches of, they've got California poppies at the far end of the pool. Okay, so I've made it known, I'm very clear on this that I do not like the pools with the black water because I want to always know whom and what I'm swimming with. And as beautiful as this is, I wouldn't even stick my big toe in this because to me, particularly being out in the middle of nature, I would feel certain that at some point I was going to turn around and run into a water moccasin, which is not something I'm interested in doing. And but it kind of gives you a Walden Pond vibe. And if you're into rocky landscape with aquatic vegetation and flowering plants, then this design is for you. So, nighttime lighting can add a whole new perspective to your pool area, particularly when it comes to enhancing your landscape. And it just all depends on how you place the lighting and where you place the lighting. And so, it's really good to get a lighting expert on board if that's something that you would like to incorporate into your design. And as you may notice in this design, they've spotlighted the trees and potted plants and stonework and other vegetation that surrounds basically the swim zone. So lighting can really work to your advantage. Now, this is just total private luxury. And in in this design, they have used a wall of shrubs, a wall of trees to give that privacy fence. And I mean, it definitely works. And then they also use the Japanese maples. And then this is another design where they incorporated the synthetic grass. So, I mean, this is a very minimalist design, and I don't feel that it's very warm and inviting, but I don't really think that they intended it for that. This is just for they just use it every now and then again. But this is an absolute clear cut design for if you're wanting privacy and you don't want your neighbors to see what's going on, then this is the ticket. Use the towering bordering trees. So this pool looks like liquid carpet. It's a relaxed, out in the country vibe, which informs this sleek beauty, which includes recessed plantings along one side of the pool and an earth tone paver walkway on the other. And believe it or not, this serene environment is only a few minutes away from downtown DC. I don't really know of many spots, many houses in DC that would look this serene and tranquil. Now, this looks serene and tranquil to me as well. And they have definitely let Mother Nature do all the talking. You have this beautiful emerald green lawn, and it rolls right down to the edge of this is in Miami, in Miami's Bay. So you can take in the sunset from the swimming pool or seated on the nearby private dock. The palm trees that line the water's edge give nod to this backyard oasis's tropical location. Now, here is what I would consider above ground glamour. And this is a very different grade. So they've done a lot of very interesting things back here. And the partially above ground pool, it does have style to spare. This steep hill that hugs one side of the pool is an uncommon yet striking feature, and the landscaping meshes with nature. So you could try a similar look with yucca plants spaced at regular intervals along your poolside garden beds. It's a great plant to use. So this type of landscaping is for the person or the homeowner that is definitely lawn proud. And really, who doesn't love the rich green colors of a close crop lawn that looks like a carpet created by nature? In this case, it becomes the ideal setting for the aquamarine jewel in its center. So basically, just the lawn and boxwoods in this instance. Now, containers can really be a great part of the landscaping to incorporate as well. And a pretty container adds a splash of color to this modern pool area and complements the lush lawn and contemporary design of the patio. Like the arrangement shown here, make sure to include a thriller. For example, a high impact plant with the most height, and then add a filler, like a medium level plant that will fill in the space. And then what I refer to as a spiller, like a creeping plant that will grow down the side of the container. And if you want to recreate a planter that looks like this, you could surround tall rosemary with deep red coleus and lime green sweet potato vine. And voila, you'll have it. Now, this is another very different way to landscape, and that would just be with an herb. And herbs are beautiful options for pool landscaping. Not only are they pleasing to the eye, but their robust fragrances can transform your pool day into a relaxing trip to the spa, or what would be a spa. And in this photo, the bountiful swaths of low maintenance lavender surround the pool area with ornamental grasses as a backdrop. So, and the great thing about that is, I mean, by using herbs is they can just kind of do their own thing and it's beautiful. And like I said before, you can just be laying on a float in the pool and smell all these wonderful fragrances. So, um, I highly recommend it. So, let's see if you are working on an outdoor project and you are wanting some landscaping ideas and you would like some help, please feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Cathy Fulton, and I can be reached at 703-895-3798. Or if you would like to email me, please feel free. I'm at cathyfulton1965@gmail.com.